I would like to show you an example of online banking. This is Hello Bank. Hello Bank belongs to BNL, Banca Nazionale del Lavoro, which is owned by Gruppo BNP Paribas, which is a French bank. Let's have a look on the graphical user interface we have now. So we have some buttons which asks you to open a bank account or to access to the customers area. I have also some help icons and help icons also here, and here I am asked to provide my customer's ID and the PIN. As you can see, the PIN, when I insert it, it has a maximum of numbers, and the numbers are not visible, so I see dots instead of the numbers. This improves the security, while the ID of the client can be fully seen. Here I am logging in, and this is the graphical user interface of my bank account. I have a welcome message, the number of email from the bank I've received so far. I have a logout icon, the possibility to have a chat, because I want to ask some information, and so I can speak with a person from the bank which is supposed to help me somehow. And in the graphical user interface I have some sections. So for instance, my profile and my documents. My personal data, it might be that I have to change my address. If I asked something, if I made some procedures or so on, and can see, as you can see, how much money I have in my bank account, and I can see my balance, messages I have from the bank clearly. For instance, if I have a new document online, or if I made a money transfer, I can see my movement in terms clearly on money. So the money I received, the money I spent, and then some graphics which helps me or is supposed to help me to understand or to have a clearer view of my balance. Incomes and outcomes, as you can see, for the week, for the month, in the last 3 months, or everything, so all the months. As you can see, I have also many advertisements from the bank. The section I use most of the times is payments, because I can charge my phone, pay bulletins or pay special bulletins which are called MAV and RAV. Here I can ask my basically, if I don't know, I have to pay electricity bills, and I can ask the bank to pay the electricity bill directly, and this is called domiciliazione. I have some special modules for tax payment. And then I have the money transfer in Europe, in Italy, and overseas. I can also set some money transfer periodically. And here I have different options. If I want to make a money transfer in Italy, I can, for instance, click on Nuovo, and I must insert an OTP. An OTP is a random generated number which will appear in my cell phone, because in my cell phone I use a app which is called Hello Bank and has this icon, and so it is a security step. So I ask my app to generate an OTP, I insert it. Clearly the OTP changes every 60 seconds, and only me, in these 60 seconds, only me and the bank know which is the number. So I click on next. And this is the layout. I am asked to set the date for the money transfer, clearly the amount of money, and the payee, so the person who will receive the money. Name, surname, and IBAN, which is basically the code of the bank account and the reason why I sent this money. I can clearly register or memorize in my bank account the name of the payee. I would like you to take note about the layout, because you are asked to provide for some kind of sites, which might be also online banking site, the graphical user interface which is most suitable for a specific situation. So, for instance, in this case, execution for the date, I can write it by hand, but I can also have access to a calendar in order to set the date quicker and in a more comfortable way. Then the boxes where I insert the amount of money, and the help buttons, which allows me to understand which are the information required. And clearly the buttons which allows me to delete all the data, to save the data, or to confirm, so to go to the next step. As you can see, at the end of it, I have many advertisements. With an online bank, I can have some debit card or credit card. Here you have these different types, and for instance, credit card or prepaid card. And in this case, I didn't want to do any card, but but if I did, I could have withdraw from any bank with an ATM. Do you remember that ATM means automatic teller machine, and this machine allows you to withdraw some money. Okay, in this case I just tried this online bank account, but so I don't like it, and I don't want to use any debit card or credit card or prepaid card, so I don't have it. But if I have, I could have withdrawn from any ATM, even if it is not BNP. In this case specifically, I could withdraw money without paying any fee. Sometimes, for some bank accounts, you must pay specific fees in order to withdraw. For instance, you pay a fee if you exceed 3 withdrawals at the same time, or you can pay because you are going not to your bank but to someone else's bank, and so on. This is the end. So I log out. Remember how the graphical user interface is, and be inspired to create your own graphical user interface.